It's your girl Candy K. Lynn,
And your boy Shout Time Shout.
and it's 6 o'clock, so it's time to.
Pull back, cuz.
Guys, we're battling through technical difficulties, but we're gonna be all right. So right now, it is your girl Candy K. Lynn, and we are back with the second part of Pull Up the Podcast. We are talking cancel culture strikes again. Who y'all? This cancel culture is so real, so real. Cancel culture strikes again. Mr. Shaw, welcome back.
Welcome
Um,
back.
we are talking cancel culture. DaBaby, rapper DaBaby. We talked about last week how I was a little, I was a little upset with him, like the fans who threw shoes because he had Meg The Stallion up, and then he brought out Tory Lanez, who had been accused of shooting her in her foot.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a little, I thought his character was a bit sketchy, right? Um, thought his character was a bit sketchy, and for me, that was the biggest thing. Well, during the performance, rappers freestyle, right? I feel like they have a set list and they don't have a script, right? They need a script. Their team needs to say, you say this, you say this, you stay the hell on topic, don't get off. Because the
Mm-hmm.
baby went just, you know, I don't even know. When I was listening, I don't know how he got to it, and you know, HIV and AIDS and all the gays. And so he goes on this rant and then he tried to defend himself and then he backtracked and people are just not happy. So he said when he got on stage, he started calling out all the members of the LGBTQ community. He tells the crowd, only raise your phones if you don't have AIDS or HIV or any deadly diseases. He goes on to say, HIV and AIDS will make you die in 2 to 3 weeks. And then when he was doing his explanation, he was on and he was like, "Well, my gay fans that don't have AIDS, you know, um, didn't get offended."
Just said the dumbass.
Um, I didn't understand why we were talking about AIDS. Let's start there, right? Like before I even dive into LGBTQ
Can
community,
I need a mouse for my MacBook.
you're off topic,
I'm off topic because I'm trying to
like the
save the
baby.
baby. I'm trying to save that man. What
You're
was
off
you
topic.
doing? What was you? Because I can't. I don't even. What was he doing? I can't. Because let me. What Candy Kaylin? What is the one thing I say about my comedy all the time? I will not offend the gays. I got a whole member of the LGQBT on my team. So if it's something that I want to tell, I'm gonna let she can say it because she can
Yeah,
speak.
if you, yeah,
Right.
right. But see, you're and that's the thing, right? He did say if you ain't sucked the dick in the parking lot, right? I didn't know what other rapper he was talking about. So I thought maybe it was just a shot at another rapper, right? But I say all the time on this show, I hate cancel culture, right? I don't think I've talked about it. I hate cancel culture because all of you who want to cancel culture, you're going to get canceled at some point in your life too because we all say and do stuff that people hate. That's just life. The part that got me was about AIDS and HIV, that the fact that we live in a society where we're still uneducated. As heterosexuals, please listen to me clearly. You too can get HIV and AIDS. It's not a gay thing, right? Those are not things we joke about. You could be dead in 2 to 3 weeks. I could live with you telling gay jokes. I could live with that. But you didn't, I guess I just, Josh stated it best, just dumbass. The level of ignorance, and you guys are African American males, you can argue, but I think sometimes the level of ignorance with African American men and homophobic behavior, it bothers me. It bothers me. Okay, Catherine, I thought he was coming for Lil Nas X, but Lil Nas X ain't in the closet. So it ain't no secret that he prefers to be with men. So if he was giving fellatio in the parking lot, like,
Yeah.
why are you as a straight man bothered by what it is that a homosexual male is doing? Why is that always the topic of your conversation? That's the part that confuses me.
What gay men do don't bother me because it don't affect my life. So for me personally, LGBTQT, I let everybody be them and do them. I don't have to speak on it as long as don't nobody from their community offend me. If there's somebody from their community offend me, I got somebody to speak for me. I don't got to say nothing. I've already established that. Like, I'm not going to be out here losing
Do
money.
I take the call because the mayor is calling me, or do I finish my show? Go
Shit.
ahead.
Oh, the mayor of the city, well, if he calling you, it's important.
I know,
Tell him,
right?
tell him it's in the middle of your show, though. You off topic like I am. So
I know. I had, but you know what? Chuck G always says I like to stunt, so I had to throw my stunt.
yeah,
I had to throw my.
you be getting your Shaq and Kenny on. Your Troy Barkley name dropper.
I had to name drop like the mayor is calling, like. But guys, Mr. Shaw, let's do a better job educating our African American males. I just don't like, you know, I just don't like that we tend to be so ignorant. And it's because DaBaby is sounding like Bootsy, and who was the only person like high fiving him before? Bootsy. Like, sir, if Bootsy is high fiving you, it was probably ignorant. Like, what you said was probably gonna get, because like Bootsy can say those things because he's not getting those platforms at this point. Bootsy is trying to recreate a level of relevance for himself because he's in a different age bracket, right? Um, at the same time, DaBaby, you have so much of your career in front of you. I think that your newest apology is, I think once people apologize, we should move on. I think what he says in 2021 should not affect his money in 2022. We need to let it go. He's a rapper. They say stupid stuff. They've been doing this, right? And so, um, you know, Josh says there's a duality to this. Cancel culture, super toxic environment that causes people to foster negative opinions in private about PC opinions in public, but some people's opinions are problematic and they need to be held canceled. Well, held accountable. Well, they do, but here's the thing. How long do we hold you accountable for your mistakes? We also can't allow mistakes to define people's career, affect their livelihood. Because remember, we were raised that's how these people have been raised. I think that's the part that we like to live out. DaBaby has made it clear he's had he's had different circumstances in his life. I don't know how that man was raised, but let's be real. Black men, white males, Hispanic males, and I speak to African American males because that's who I'm around. But Mr. Shaw, let's be real. A lot of that is taught.
You talking about the masculinity and
The
not being
toxic
able to deal with it.
masculinity.
And you know what? It was broke for me in like 2015, 2016. I have a friend, and I'm not, he's never come out, but he was extremely flamboyant, right? And I just never forget. I can remember we was working together at IHOP, and we was sitting in the back, and he showed me a girl, and I was like, "What he showing me a girl for? He don't like girls. He a guy. This was my perception of him, and then." Just slowly but surely, we got cool, and he's now like I got people who I work with at IHOP, they life friends, right? They're like real life friends, like people who I get along with. Like and again, he's never came out to me. I just thought he was soft, right? And he had a girlfriend before, but I just never thought it was rumors. And again, I was like, damn, I'm cool with him. So then I was like, I could be cool with a gay guy, and I don't have to be homophobic, and I don't have to, and like I don't care anymore. He's gay. He's gay. If now I don't want to be around. Hey, bitch, I can't stand that. I can't stand. Hey, bitch, what you doing, bitch? No, bro, go, bro. Sit your ass. You ain't gotta do all that. You ain't gotta do all that. But if that's them, that's them. You muted. You muted.
I was typing. So that's their personality. Josh, I'm not letting anybody not be accountable, but I'm just telling y'all there are a lot of ignorant people in the world. And in our culture specifically, we teach that. I have heard 1,000 African American males, especially my age, because remember, you guys are falling in a little bit of a different generation, but 30 and 40-year-old men, what little, those are their thoughts. Those are their thoughts. Those are their beliefs. That's what's been taught to them. Black
And they
people
not
who go
hearing
to
nothing else.
church, they're not hearing anything else. They don't want no gay friends. They don't understand. Like we don't know. We're so unlearned because in the Bible, black people tell you, well, gay people going to hell. Well, if that's what you've grown up with all your life, that's what you know. And the masculinity part that people don't believe is extra toxic, just like cancel culture is toxic, masculinity, extra, and I don't know where it is. Like, my dad wasn't like that. My dad wasn't like that. Oh, Josh, go talk to some 40-year-olds. Go talk to some 40-year-old men. And the stuff they say, you're going to be like, sir, you're ignorant. I promise you. I say it every day, sir, you're ignorant. You're ignorant. And the things that they say, you cringe because you're like, please don't say that out loud. Why do you feel that way? They can't tell you. It's been taught. It's been taught. It's just bad behavior. And that's why I stated, I speak, when I say African American males, that's who I'm around. That's who I'm more often around. But I know other males that are in that age range that are of other nationalities, they think and talk the same way. It's really that bad. Meet a 70-year-old man. Ask them how they feel about it. Because you guys don't believe that.
And again, I'm not gonna sit up here and bash older black men like I went out here at a point trying to find ways to talk about gay people without getting canceled. I'm not gonna lie. Sugar Fairy. I would never got canceled for Sugar Fairies, but I'm past that point in my life. I don't have to respond to gay men. I would say gay men if I need to say gay men, but I was trying to find ways around it. I just felt like nobody could cancel me if I was calling them a Sugar Fairy. They'd be like, "What's a Sugar Fairy?" A sweet fairy. You know what I'm saying? Like there are ways around it if you want to be funny and tell, but not insult people. So me personally.
Josh, I don't know if you grew up in the black church, baby, but go find some black people between 50 and 90 and go have that conversation with them in our culture. And you will, I promise you, like, these are conversations that I had older grandparents. So when we're telling you,
your granddad,
and so your generations are raised differently, my grandparents. So, I got some family members that's still alive. They ignorant. These conversations have been had in my lifetime recently, last 15 years, where you're going, we can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You do realize that most of you, and I'm going to tell y'all, most of y'all got family members that are gay, but how can people be confident in who they are when they know their family members are going to send them straight to hell? You're going to hell. Oh, I would never fool with my cousin if he was a this. I would never fool with my cousin if she was a this. So, no. Caucasian American males, I made that clear too. Go catch some of them that are between the ages of 50 and 90. Remember, y'all, we're talking integration, like, my parents went to segregated schools. So this is generational, but I'm telling you, males my age still lean more. And our men are going to be more bold. Other men are going to try to be a little bit more politically correct. I know a lot of them personally that ain't what they trying to do. So there are a lot of people that have been down low and in the closet for a long time because even in family. So I'm not mad at DaBaby because DaBaby looks like somebody who needs to be educated on a lot of stuff. And as I said, the person that was high-fiving him was Bootsy, and Bootsy is ignorant. And Bootsy is my age. Listen to the things that he says. And check the other people who comment and were agreeing with him when the conversation was coming up about D Wade's son. This is reality. This has been reality. There have been a lot of people that have been closeted because they had to. It wasn't okay in society. It wasn't okay in their families. Their families may have knew, but nobody really talked about it.
That's taboo. You know, so much be taboo. So much stuff people don't want to speak on, don't want to talk about. Like, and me, that's why everybody. I have the mother of my children, child. However, my family wants to say because I have one biological child, one stepchild. Anyway, co-parenting. We are trying to get it together. That is, we are going to have like this past weekend. We say we had difficulties that we need to talk about in front of the camera, right? But we're gonna have to do it the right way. My thing is so much is hidden that people don't want to talk about. Do you know what you're going through? If you tell it a certain way, you don't have to tell everything. Could help someone else, and people don't realize that. Like, and that's why I feel like I would love to run upon a gay artist. That's a lot of money if they got talent. Talent. If you ain't got talent, holler at me. Holler at me. I'm about money. Because that is a whole different bracket, right? I'm not afraid to be around. Now, I'm not going to be in the clubs with you. I'm not going to be in the crowd. I'm not going to the gay clubs with you. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mention you that deep. I ain't that deep in the trenches. I'm not. Okay? Because I like to look at women. And if we in one of the clubs where they cross-dress and I just stare a woman down that's actually a man, my soul going to be hurt.
So
Nothing
you stare down. You're staring down men who are dressed as women every single day that you walk.
I don't be first of all, no, because if they don't have a kid, I don't stare them down. Start there.
So you only like baby mamas now.
I like.
I mean, that is your level. Yeah, find somebody who like you that got kids, because you got kids. You need to be with somebody else who got the same baggage.
No. I don't want a woman who don't have kids because we're in the generation. It could be a man. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying we are clearly in the generation that if she don't have kids, she could be a man. That's not a risk I'm willing to take.
I don't have kids, so I could be a man.
I've known you my whole life, so I know you just somebody who. I just feel like I was gonna get in trouble by mom, and I decided I didn't want to get in trouble.
Come for me, I come for you.
I didn't
Make sure you have make sure you have it lined up and ready, because I'm coming back.
I didn't say nothing.
Okay. I'm just saying, because if you come, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Josh, say it again. That First of all, if she got good, even the ugly girls be having some of the best vagina. And you know how they be having the most babies.
No, they don't have good sense, because there are ways to keep from having. There's ways to keep from coming up pregnant, and you could be nasty. It's called birth control. Again, some more of those ignorant decisions that culturally you hear people say, "Oh, I don't believe in birth control." Y'all, that is not against y'all's religion. Y'all are not Catholic, okay? Birth control keeps you from having unwanted babies, unwanted. But the rest of them heifers, ask them also, the ones that got kids, ask them how many abortions they done had along the way, though.
That's me being nosy.
Okay, then. So sometimes you need to be nosy. But what we were saying is, to get back on topic, Josh, to answer your question, for me, again, misogynistic behavior, I address that like every single day. Homophobic behavior, for me, it's all important, because I don't want anybody mistreating my friends. I don't want anybody mistreating my family members. So when people say it's being forced upon us, that's how people feel about Black Lives Matter, guys. And people will say, don't compare the two. It is. It is. That's how people feel. They have to be politically correct about not calling Black people names, or Asian Americans names, or Latino American names. Nobody wants to have to correct their bad behavior. Why is it that I'm offended by somebody who doesn't look like me? Why do I hate them?
Why do I hate anybody?
Why do I need to, be derogatory towards a lesbian female? What did she do to me? What did she do to me? And that's all that I'm asking. Why we need to educate ourselves and not be so ignorant. Just like in the beginning of HIV and AIDS, if you are familiar with Pose is a very good example of where Mr. Shaw, they talk about, they tell the stories of, the drag circuit, of how that circuit got started. And so many things are stolen from what they do within their culture, basically their own subculture. That when AIDS first started showing up, they thought it was a gay people's disease. Y'all, AIDS is not a gay people's disease. Everybody can catch it.
Anybody.
So while they out here sleeping with porn stars who sleep with everybody, that's all that I'm saying. Like, please, 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 please think about the things that you say and stop being so ignorant to everything that's going on around you. You know a little bit. They got spending power, Josh. They got spending power. And the difference between the LGBTQ community and the black community is the black people won't stop spending our money. If we stop spending our money and we were a real force to be reckoned with, then people would respect us a little bit more. But we'll say we're going to strike and boycott, and we can meet 10 people that's going to say, oh, I'm not going to get gas tomorrow. I'm not going to eat at a black-owned restaurant. Am I lying, Mr. Shaw?
You're not lying. You telling the truth. Because
LGBT,
it's some people that ain't going to stand. It's some people that's not going to stand.
They're not standing. That's on us. But let me tell you something, right? I'm not going to show it on camera because I'm not promoting any free brands. But there's a brand that I'm currently eating right now because I enjoy them. But my homegirl A&M, Antoinette ain't effing with it, right? Because these they're not at the universities. Chick-fil-A is on the chopping block right now. Chick-fil-A is on the chopping block for the money that they've given to work against the LGBTQ community, right? They are not having them on these college campuses. They are fighting tooth and nail to keep them off. They don't want it. They don't eat there. That's what people need to understand. Some of them do not go. You say what?
Man, they got a mean ass salad though.
They do, but they're not eating there. They're not drinking there. Like, they're not fooling with it. Us, we are forgiving. We will say, oh, it's okay that Tommy Hilfiger said he doesn't like black people. We're still going to buy Tommy Hilfiger. It's okay that Gucci put monkeys on the brand. Dapper Dan is now representing them. So we're now going to support them. Yeah, but PV is a small place. So, right, think about the rest of the world. Like when we have the blackouts. Go back to the movement with Dr. King. They didn't get on the buses. Shut down these systems. The LGBTQ community is fighting. Like, we're not fighting. We stop fighting. Everybody will go, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me. They ain't pissed me off. You can get it on your campus. You cannot get it on some of these other college campuses. They are currently in fights to keep them off their campus. And they haven't got mad down there yet because Chick-fil-A has been on that campus since I was there. So they've been standing. Bringing them into new campuses, you got to sit on these boards. You got to understand what's going on. You got to understand politics as well as you understand.
Black people only boycott for, I said a week and a half.
2 days.
A week and a half at max. So, like Gucci, I'm not boycotting Gucci. I can't afford it. So there was no need for me to boycott Gucci because I can never afford Gucci. In the next 6 months to a year when I can afford Gucci, I'm probably still going to be boycotting it. Lies. I'm going to get the Daffy Duck slippers. I already seen them because they smooth. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest about the situation. And if somebody say, well, you got them Gucci Daffy Duck slippers. First of all, they Daffy Duck. They Gucci slippers. I had to do it. All right. If Nike would have made Daffy Duck slippers, I'd have had them on. But Gucci did. So I like Daffy Duck. I got them on. I'm going to be honest with them. What else they was Forever 21? What else they boycotted?
H&M, they were boycotting.
I can't fit. I'm too fat. Can't fit it. So I was boycotting out the rip. What's up? What else?
Listen, if you go pull up who supports,
because I'm not boycotting Chick-fil-A. I'll tell you, I find me somebody who make a salad better than Chick-fil-A with that avocado lime ranch. I'm not doing it. I don't care what y'all say. All right.
Well, here's the thing.
Chick-fil-A got to spit in my mama's face. That's what he got to do. The only Chick-fil-A got to spit in my mama's face. Because she spit in my dad's face, I still might think about it.
Well, here's the thing, guys. I just say educate yourself. Educate yourself and make sure that we are just not out. Like what you say at home, that's fine. But some things we don't need to say out loud.
Facts.
It's just not. Facts. It's just, and find out. If you want to find
Everybody
out.
don't need to know how ignorant you are.
They don't.
I feel like somebody in my
Sometimes
family needs to say that.
so we need to save our ignorance for home sometimes. Like just sometimes the public don't need to know that you remedial. And I'm sorry. I like Boosie music. Boosie ignorant. And DaBaby, baby, I hope this is a lesson. I don't think, he's been pulled off of several festivals. So I hope this isn't the end for him. Guys, it is time for us to get out of here. It is your girl, Candy K. Lynn.
And your boy Shoutown Shy K, the Fat Mom.
And every Monday here on DFWIRadio.com, you can
catch us pulling up.
Until next week, we out.
Yeah.